children, welcome to our science class. As today's topic is separation of two immiscible liquids. How we can separate two immiscible liquids which are not miscible. Oil and water are two liquids which are not miscible with each other. A mixture of oil and water can be separated by using a separating funnel. It is a device having a stopcock at its bottom. The mixture is taken in the funnel. Oil being lighter forms the upper layer, water being denser forms the lower layer. When the stopcock is opened, the water layer flows out, leaving the oil layer behind. Water and oil are two liquids which are not miscible. Okay? To separate this oil and water, we can use the separating funnel. It is a device which has the stopcock at its bottom. See, this is the funnel. Here is the stopcock and here it is this. Now this is the beaker. Okay. So first you have to take the mixture in this funnel. Okay. When you will take the mixture in this funnel, then the water, it is denser, so it will at the bottom side, water will settle down and oil layer it is lighter. So above the water, oil layer will be formed. It is oil layer and here it is water layer. Here it is water because water is denser. Denser means ghana, ghanatva. Oil is not denser, lighter. So oil stays at the upper layer and water it comes down and forms a layer in the down side. Okay. When the stopcock, this is the stopcock. When we will open this stopcock, okay, when we will take out the lid of the stopcock, and what will happen? This water layer will fall down in the beaker and oil will remain on the funnel. On the above, oil is on the above layer forms the oil layer. So oil will remain in the funnel and water will come down. In this way we can separate the two immiscible liquids which are not miscible. Separation of components of a mixture by using a combination of various methods. Okay. Quite often separation of the constituents of a mixture requires more than one method of separation. This is illustrated below through a few examples. How we can separate more than two mixtures. Okay. But for this we can use various methods. To separate the mixtures we can use various methods. So, okay, first one, to separate the constituent of oil and salt solution or oil and sugar solution. How we can do? To separate the constituents of a mixture containing sugar, water and edible oil, we know that sugar is soluble in water and solution of sugar in water is immiscible with oil. This sugar solution is immiscible with oil. So, how we will separate this? Like this. First one, separate the mixture by using a separating funnel. Oil is left behind in the separating funnel and the solution of sugar in water is collected in a beaker. When we heat this solution, water evaporates and forms water vapor which is collected in another beaker through condensation. Sugar is left behind as a white powder. What we will do? We will pass this mixture, sugar solution mixed with oil, edible oil. We will pass this mixture through a funnel. Sugar solution will come down, it flows down into the beaker and the oil layer will left behind over the funnel. Okay. Then we can collect this sugar solution in a beaker. Then oil will be separated because oil remains in the funnel. Then we heat this sugar solution. Then what happens? We will heat till the water evaporates. Okay. Water will evaporate and this water vapor we can cool down and this after condensation it forms water. So we can collect this water in another beaker and then the sugar will remain on the beaker. After burning the sugar solution, you will heat sugar solution, water will evaporate and after evaporation you will cool down that water vapor, then it will form water and we will collect it in another beaker. Now the sugar will remain in the beaker. This white sugar you can collect it. Okay, in this way we can separate sugar, water and oil. Second, the mixture of rice, salt and iron fillings can be separated in two steps. Firstly, magnetic separation is carried out to remove the iron fillings. Next, rice and sand can be removed by sieving. Okay. A mixture of sand, water, salt and water can be separated by using the technique of filtration. Evaporation and condensation. Can you tell which component will be removed in each step? In first step, sand, salt and water. By using the technique of filtration, evaporation and condensation. Okay. Salt water will flow down into the beaker. Okay. Sand will remain on the upper layer. You can collect the sand on the funnel. Okay. Then you will burn the sand and water, salt water. Then after burning, water will evaporate, and after cooling those water vapor, you can cool this water vapor and it will be collected in the form of water in another beaker, and the salt will remain in the beaker which you can collect it. In this way, filtration, evaporation and condensation. Three methods, three techniques you have to use to remove sand, water and salt. Solution. A homogeneous mixture of two or more substances is called a solution. The substance which is present in smaller amount is called solute, and the substance present in larger amount is called solvent. Solutions are of two types, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated solution, a solution in which no more solute can be dissolved at a fixed temperature is called a saturated solution. Unsaturated solution, a solution in which some more solute can be dissolved at a fixed temperature is called an unsaturated solution. Okay. Homogeneous mixture is made of two or more substances. Okay. The substance which is present in smaller amount is called solute, and the liquid part is called solvent. Okay. So, for example, salt solution, sugar solution. These solutions are also of two types, saturated. In saturated solution, no more solute can be dissolved at a fixed temperature. In unsaturated solution, you can dissolve more solute. Okay. This you can understand by activity 8 and activity 9. Okay. In activity 8, take a beaker and fill 100 ml of water. Now add 1 teaspoon of sugar in it. Stir it well. Sugar gets completely dissolved in it. Now add 1 more tablespoon of sugar in it. What you find? Sugar will dissolve completely in it. So we can start dissolving this sugar. Keep on adding sugar in this solution till you reach the point when no more sugar get dissolved in it. This is called saturation point. At one point you can add no more sugar. This is called saturation point. Okay. You will find that in spite of stirring, a few sugar particles will always be left undissolved at the bottom of the beaker containing saturated solution. If you add 1 more spoonful of sugar in the solution, would it also settle at the bottom beaker? Is there any way to dissolve the extra solution? Yes. How can you dissolve the extra sugar? By heating. Okay, by heating you can dissolve the extra solution. It is told in activity 9. Take the beaker containing the saturated solution that you prepared in activity 8. Add 1 more teaspoon of sugar to it. You will find that it settles at the bottom. Keep it on a burner. Take the help of an elder. What do you observe? You will find that with increase in temperature you are able to dissolve more sugar in it. This activity shows that solubility of sugar increases with increase in temperature. You can perform this activity with salt solution as well. Okay children? This activity 8 and 9 you can perform at home also, but in the presence of your mother. Okay children, now the chapter is complete. Now this much for today's class. Till then, stay safe, stay at home, keep on learning. Thank you children.